advantages for some fish. The blue-eyed cichlids wait until the river waters are at their quietest before laying their eggs. The mating pair select a protected site, usually below a rock, and they may spend several days cleaning and preparing it, transporting sand and debris in their mouths. Having completed their preparations, both then defend the site vigorously. When the female is ready, she turns upside down and lays her eggs in rows on the underside of the rock. The male, after standing guard, follows in her path and fertilizes each row in turn. The dry season also produces the most extravagant display of flowers, particularly along the riverbanks, with their abundant supply of nectar on which many of the birds and insects depend. The long-tailed hermit has an exceptionally long and curved bill to reach nectar at the base of the canna lily. Even so, the bird is drawn deep into the flower, which in turn is dependent on this activity for pollination. But there are other, more destructive relationships. The bill of the little hermit is too short to feed in the same way, and so it pierces the petals at the base and takes the nectar without coming into contact with the pollen-bearing stamens. This means that it feeds without contributing anything to the flower. It will even do this with unopened flowers. This does, however, provide unexpected access to the nectar for many insects. The long-tailed hermit is then harassed by the insects. The little hermit carefully surveys the surroundings before taking a dip. Now that they're protecting their eggs, the blue-eyed cichlids have acquired conspicuous vertical stripes. They fan their eggs for several days after fertilization to keep them clean and supplied with fresh oxygenated water. At this stage, the young are still dependent on the yolk sacs for nourishment. They do not become free swimming until the contents have been fully absorbed. To find a clean environment and avoid the growth of algae, the parents have prepared a new site to which to transfer the young as soon as they hatch. They do this by collecting the fry in their mouths. The vertical stripes serve both as identification for the young and as a warning to potential predators that the young are being defended. Towards the end of the dry season, the tapir spends much of her time in the water. She feeds by uprooting weeds and other vegetation, and in the process stirs up food for the fish. After 4 months, the rains return again and replenish the rivers. The cichlid fry are now about 5 weeks old, and with the fresh water and plentiful food, they leave their parents and disperse to fend for themselves. But few of them will survive to adulthood.